Super Saiyan 3 Goku is the first DLC character of Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra, and even though I do think the previous Goku is much stronger than this one, he is still a really strong character. If I had to give Super Saiyan 3 Goku one word to describe him with, I would say he's a sniper. His Kamehameha stays on the stage for a long time and deals more damage if you held the button, but I'm getting ahead of myself a bit too fast. In today's video I'm going to teach you guys how to play with Super Saiyan 3 Goku and also answer if he is worth to spend gems on. The guide was made by someone that finished the last season with an overall rank of B4, so I'll start with the basics and also explain how his abilities work, and by the end you will become a better Goku main. But here is a question for today's video. Do you know what this meter above his head means? Let me know down in the comments. Super Saiyan 3 Goku is a damage dealer, and as I've said, he is a sniper. This of course doesn't mean he's useless in close range, but his strength lies in your map awareness and if you know how to land your beams. In the early game you are quite squishy, but your Kamehameha is already strong enough to burst down your opponent if they cannot focus on you, but the moment you get your ultimate, you will be the most feared player in the team. You'll be wiping the enemy team in no time. Just like the other Goku, Super Saiyan 3's Kamehameha is an excellent way to steal creeps and boss objectives, not to mention you got the tool to be everywhere on the stage. You are especially dangerous if you get a super start divine draw. If that happens, then try to coordinate with your teammate and rush down the enemy team early. Even if you cannot kill them, you can at least steal their creeps, meaning you will outlevel them instantly. That being said, I do recommend you to pick your second skill while starting out on level 1. I've been trolled by other characters and lost the game just because I was underleveled by the time we got to the God of Destruction, but even if there's no trolling involved, you'll get your Kamehameha when you get there anyways. You are not losing out on anything, this is just for your own safety. Good job. Good job. You did the worst thing that you could have done. This video could literally be called Kamehameha glazing because that's what I'm going to be doing the whole time. When you're healing under your God of Destruction, your beam will be long enough to kill at least one creep, so use it not to lose out on any experience. By the off chance you lose the early game, don't count yourself out just yet. Try to reach level 7 to transform into Super Saiyan as soon as possible, because if you didn't know, you cannot level up your ultimate attack unless you actually awaken. I'd normally advise you not to transform early because that thing restores your health, but this time just use it whenever you can. I recommend you to let your teammates lead the way, keep playing a backline sniper style game and you'll easily climb the leaderboard. The game just came out, so I'm not too experienced with divine cards, but in my opinion, Super Snowball is an excellent card for you. I highly recommend you to pick that, and the rest is whatever, although I would say pick whatever gives you damage. Let's talk about Super Saiyan 3 Goku's toolkit. Let's learn everything that we can. Goku's passive ability is called If I Won't Do It, Who Will? This is a passive that lets you deal more damage to enemy heroes that have higher percentage of health than you, meaning if you are on half HP, it might not be in your best interest to go back to your God of Destruction to get healed. Just like the old Goku, this version got a transformation. It turns you into a better version of yourself. You get more health, more damage, and you'll also be invincible while transforming. I did touch on this previously, but let me repeat myself again. Try to transform as soon as possible, otherwise you won't be able to learn your ultimate. For some reason that's a transformation only special, therefore in most of the games you cannot learn it before level 7 or even level 8. Your rush attack, while normally I wouldn't explain, is the answer for the question at the start of the video. This line on top of your character is what will make your next attack deal more damage on impact, meaning your Kamehameha is not the only thing that can poke the enemy players. I've glazed this skill for long enough, let's start explaining Super Kamehameha, your first special. Just like the name suggests, it's a beam attack, but you can charge it up to deal even more damage and to be a bigger AoE attack, not to mention you can even change where you're aiming, but it's quite slow to turn. If someone is in your face and plays smart, they will just run through you to make you miss them completely. This special can get cancelled if you are still charging it up. You do not need to let it go. That being said, if you use your Kamehameha in a bush, you will become visible. Your second skill is called Explosive Strike. This is an attack where Goku jumps up into the air and comes down, smashing the ground. This attack deals more damage the less health your enemy has, so generally it's best to keep it as a combo finisher. If you pass this ability twice, then you will go back to where the skill was activated. It took me a while to figure out why I'm getting teleported back all the time. Turns out I just smashed this skill a little bit too much. Instant Transmission is your third skill and it's amazing. This is a special that can be used on anyone as long as you can see them, meaning you can teleport on your enemies, although your targets do need to be in range, but that won't be a problem on later levels. Honestly, until I had a bad game where I couldn't level up, I didn't even know this skill got a minimum amount of range. The skill is shortened if you use it on an enemy hero, and you can even combine it with the Kamehameha, which will be fully charged up. You can do the same on your teammates, but your beam will come out shooting at them, so it might not be a good idea to use it instantly unless you know for sure an enemy will be on top of your friend. And speaking of friends, did you know that you can teleport if a baby is inside you? He jumps into you and you can teleport with him to change a 2v2 into a 4v2 matchup on top lane. This is insane. Now comes Goku's ultimate attack, Dragon Fist. Another beam-like ability, which is kinda underwhelming in my opinion. It's exactly what you'd expect, but I don't know, something is just missing. A quick tip for stealing boss minions: use a Dragon Fist and your Super Kamehameha combined. That way you will most likely be the one to last hit the boss, and by the off chance the enemy team survives, just teleport out with your instant transmission. Now that you understand every skill of Super Saiyan 3 Goku, let me tell you guys how I usually use them. On early levels I just keep it simple. I beam through my opponents from far away, and if possible I jump on them either with my second or third skill to guarantee the kill, but on later levels I mix it up a little bit. I did mention that the second skill deals more damage the less health your opponent has, however sometimes it's better to just jump on them, use Dragon Fist, and in the middle of the yellow dragons, use Super Kamehameha and finish up whoever is trying to run away. And when everything is done, just teleport out to your friend to survive. Usually games end by level 12 or level 13, so here is my recommendation to leveling up your skills. Start with Explosive Strike, then do a Super Kamehameha, then level up your Super Kamehameha once again, and finally follow it up by leveling up Instant Transmission once. From this point on, whenever you can, try to level up your Super Kamehameha, and as soon as you transform into Super Saiyan 3, focus on leveling up your Dragon Fist because the first version of it is a bit too weak. It's not nearly as unavoidable as your Kamehameha. On to the matchups. Your best friend is literally anyone that can survive on the front line. I don't think there's a single character that has bad matchup with Super Saiyan 3 Goku. You can even team up with a DPS character as long as he's willing to fight on the front line. There are of course bad enemy matchups. Literally anyone that can chase you down in case your instant transmission is on cooldown is a bad matchup. And whenever Saiyan drops the arena on top of you, GG's, you should not survive that fight. Dabura's stun is lethal, you need a teammate to actually save you, but yeah, you are a sniper. If you are out of options to run, you are probably dead. To summarize everything we talked about, Super Saiyan 3 Goku is a damage monster if he's left to snipe enemy players. His Kamehameha is an insanely strong beam attack that can wipe out enemy teams if combined with Dragon Fist, and he can chase down anyone as long as he sees them on the minimap. I think Super Saiyan 3 Goku is an excellent start for DLC in Gekishin Squadra. We do know that Gotenks and God of Destruction Toppo are the next one to come, so it's not like we'll only get duplicate characters, although I do wish we get a tank or maybe a technical Goku, but who knows, maybe Super Saiyan Blue Goku will be a tank and UI Goku will be technical. My short answer is that yes, I do think this character is worth 250 gems, but if you don't want to spend on the game, just wait until the next season. According to Bandai, that is when this character will also be obtainable for free. That's gonna be it for today's guide video about Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra. If you wanna learn more about any of the Squadra characters, then go ahead and let me know that in the comments section. Smash the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Dragon Ball content, and if you wanna see more about Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra, then check out this video. Hope you guys are gonna have a fantastic day, stay safe, and until next time boys, peace!